any university be allowed to put restrictions on freedom of expression? Joining us now is Saqlain Riaz, Vice President of Education at City University Students' Union, who thinks sensitive debates should have safeguarding policies, and Kathleen Stock, Professor of Philosophy at the University of Sussex, who says it is illegal for universities to stifle free speech. Saqlain, good morning to you, both of you, but Saqlain, what would you want people not to say?
I think, well, that's not up to me to decide. I think ultimately you could say what you want to say, but there is, there are consequences. So if you do go to an event and there are strict rules, I don't walk into a football match, pick up the football and start running around. There are rules and there are safeguarding policies, there are bullying and harassment policies. These are enforced by government regulators. Universities have a duty to oversee.
But the problem is that universities have become so infused with snowflakes who can't take any criticism, who get triggered by absolutely everything. And in the end, that is the enemy of free speech. If everything is deemed offensive to the point where you have to have rules and codes of conduct, that's not the point. Universities should be about challenging your own opinions about stuff.
And people shouldn't be afraid to say what they think.
I agree, and what I'd say actually is these snowflakes are actually upholding free speech. I mean, you have the freedom to protest, you have the freedom to say, actually, I think this is wrong. Actually, I'm offended. Actually, we should talk about this. And
but if
all
you're
this
saying
talk
that
about
in a debate,
the rule says they can't.
If you're saying there's a debate where you've laid down rules about what you can say, then that isn't a debate.
Professor Stock, I mean, I've got a real bugbear about the way universities have been going here for quite a while, as they have been going in America, where it seems to me that the tenet of universities should be free speech and debate, and yet it's being stifled everywhere we look.
Yeah, we have to remember what universities are for. They've got the function of producing knowledge, stuff we don't know, and we have to test ideas, the good ones and the bad ones. We're not going to find out they're bad if we don't test them and discuss them freely. We're also trying to produce students who go out into the world and are resilient and can speak for themselves and think for themselves and don't just accept things on authority because someone told them. So universities are increasingly susceptible to outrage culture, worries about student mental health, quite rightly, but their way of dealing with it is to kind of try and constrain speech.
Or subjects that you think are particularly vulnerable to being shut down? And what
the one I'm in, which is about gender identity.
Yes.
So I think there's really important context. We need to be able to talk about biological sex when we're talking about sport or changing rooms, things like that.
Of course.
Well, you say of course.
No, I know you
can't.
Code,
and actually university policies increasingly are politicised in one direction here. So they say you must think of a person as the gender identity they have. They even say how you've got to think about people in some policies.
Well, you have to remember the lived experiences, and bear in mind, we're talking about critical thinking here. University students are demanding that we diversify the curriculums. They're demanding a platform for, minority students. They're allowing
that's
this
all
free
fine.
speech.
But what you can't demand...
we're not saying let's stop educating ourselves. We're saying let's bring on more content. Let's move away from a Eurocentric curriculum.
You can't have a situation where, for example, in the transgender debate, you now have transgender athletes dominating women's sport. In my view, it's ridiculous.
And you're entitled to that view. You're entitled to that,
But when you say I'm entitled to that view, actually you're seeing in America, and it's coming here now, a sense of having to cancel any professors who talk about this. They get ruined and shamed.
And once upon a time, we wouldn't cancel racists, and we wouldn't cancel misogynists. But the point is, as a society, we have come forward.
About trans athletes is equivalent, in your view, to a racist.
Yeah, well, that's
I have drawn no similarities. All I'm stating a fact. I'm stating a fact that as a society, we are moving forward. We are having these conversations.
But I don't think that is a step forward.
Freedom of speech doesn't just mean freedom of speech for Kathleen and freedom of speech for Piers Morgan.
This is part of the problem, is that we are confusing discussion of difficult ideas with personalised insults.